Alright, yo, what's up, guys? Shadows, and today we got an interesting topic, as you can see from the title, but first off, I want to get the gameplay out of the way. This is a 52-8, I believe, from my friend KillerB952 on, I think it's 952 on the PlayStation, but thanks, KillerB, for the gameplay. He picks up the dogs in this one. I haven't gotten any dogs yet. It kind of makes me sad, but today, as you can see from the title, what we're going to be talking about is why do people make a conspiracy theory, such as like the one I talked about in, I believe it was my last video. No, it was the video before last. So, it's like the conspiracy theories like the one I did in my one where I talk about the Sandy Hook conspiracy theory, which is absolute bullshit. So, today, I'm going to go ahead and just try and figure out and let you know why I think people make conspiracy theories. So, there's really, my main idea on this situation is people are going to make these theories about why the world works the way it works. It's almost like looking back to, say, ancient Greek times when it rains, the gods were crying. It makes them, it gives them a sense of security. It makes them feel that the world it's being processed and handled by something larger, and they don't want to live in like a world where it's just, chaos and people, such as what happened at Sandy Hook, people can just do that. There's got to be a story behind it. There has to be reasoning. There has to be something that made that person do that. There can't just be, a crazy guy can get guns and go shoot kids. They don't want to believe that. They don't want to hear that we live in a world where, say, crazy people can get guns and go to elementary schools, can go to colleges, can go to malls, can go to clinics in DC. Sorry if you heard that. That was my thumb. It cracks weird. But so they don't want to hear that, because that makes them nervous. That messes with their brain. They think that they start to question everything that happens in the world if they look at it that it just happens because it happens, and people can get a weapon, they can get a bomb, they can learn how to make car bombs, they can learn how to make just any kind of an IED, they can put it, say, wherever, and they just let it, and it happens, and there's nothing that controls it. Or they could live in a world where they are ruled over by their government, who is full of corrupt individuals who send out people to kill children so that they can pass the laws they want to pass. They can do whatever they want, and they can do it, and there's a motive behind it, rather than a crazy guy getting guns and just shooting kids because he was angry with his life. They want to have that whole story. They want to have the backdrop of they live in that I guess government, like the autocracy of a government that is able to go and control people into making these types of decisions, and putting these people out, and the government runs the whole country. That's what they'd rather think. They would rather think that than, like I said, a world where crazy people can do whatever they want and anybody can do whatever they want. But they don't want to hear that. If you tell a conspiracy theorist, if you went on there and told him that the government is not running the world, which in some situations they are, but I believe in a situation like this they weren't. But if you go and you try and push out that to them that the government had absolutely nothing to do with this, they're going to call bullshit on you. They're going to tell you that you are stupid. You need to pay attention to the facts, because if you looked at this, you're going to see, and eventually you'll have that revelation. You'll have this big, like, eureka moment. You'll have a, what do you call it? I don't even know what you call it. You call it revelation. We'll go with that. You'll have this big revelation. You'll have your eureka moment where, the government, you're going to realize the government controls me. The government tells me what to do. The government owns me. You're going to have that moment. Or you're going to have that, you're just never going to realize it, and you're going to live your life as an idiot, and you're never going to be able to be as smart as them, because they are the ones that are smart here, and they are the ones that run this country by finding these government theories and revealing them to the public, because they are the smart people in this country. And honestly, they're not the smart people. So what you need to think about, these people are not the smart people. These people that are looking at, say, a father who just lost a child, and they're seeing, because he didn't seem sad enough, or the medical examiner who's probably seen thousands on thousands of dead bodies, they're seeing him laugh and not even look sad at all. This guy's seen thousands of bodies. Why would he? He's numb to this whole death situation. That's nothing to him. That's his job. He goes to work and he looks at dead people and figures out how they died. He did not say that he was, he didn't care about the kids. He just wasn't showing any emotion, because his job isn't to go to work and show emotion. His job is to go into work and figure out how these people died. So that stood up. Absolutely no way that stood up anywhere. So that was a bunch of stupidity. And if you try and tell them that explain your reasoning behind it, what they're going to do is they're going to manipulate what you say into saying that, I guess they would almost say that you're part of a conspiracy theory to disprove their conspiracy theory, so that the world looks like it's run normal. It's impossible to take these people. It's impossible to prove them wrong. It's at least impossible to make them know that you think they're wrong, because what they're going to do is they're going to take your reasoning behind everything that you do, and they're going to twist that on you so that what you say contradicts what you said earlier, yet what they say is going to make your contradictions look like you're part of something else. And with that doesn't give you the ability to go and freely argue like you should be able to, as this is a free country if you're in America. If you're not in America, you should come here. It's nice. We have freedom. But, I mean, there's no reasoning. I really think that it's kind of sad when you look at it as, a person who likes guns. You look at it and you see these people that are making these theories so that they can keep their guns. Why don't you just show that you're a responsible person? Why don't you go, and rather than sitting here and calling the government a scam and saying they're doing all this stuff, why don't you go out there and why don't you show that you're a responsible gun owner, rather than trying to make up all these theories that make no sense? And you could show that you're responsible with your guns and that they don't need any reason to make the weapons that you like to use illegal, because you're responsible with it and you can handle it. But these people are choosing, they would rather go out and make videos like the Sandy Hook conspiracy. They would rather call the elections a conspiracy. They'd rather call everything a conspiracy rather than go out and show that they themselves can handle the rights that they were given. And if they did that, I honestly think that there would be no problem. There would be no problems with having to deal with the government trying to ban assault weapons. There would be no problem with that. Because if you can show that you're responsible, and if more people carried firearms, like if they allowed teachers to carry firearms, I think that this shooting could have been stopped very, very quickly. But it's just how the world works. It's undescribable. So the video's coming to an end. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed and you'd like to see the rest of my content. If you could share the video, I would thank you very, very much. And